What is up, everybody? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. I'm really excited because we have a new Berg blade in this week. Let's get it. All right, guys, we have the Bergblades Sweeney V2. I'm super excited about the updated version. First, really digging the radial pattern and the very clean show side on here with the Chicago style screws and pivot screw showing on the pocket clip side. Good pocket clip on here, works well. I was a little worried about that ramp so far in my shorts because it is summertime. It's going in the pocket just fine with no issues whatsoever. The other update here is the fact that this is a thinner profile overall, and I'm super excited about that. While I did like the original Sweeney, for everyday carry, for me, I felt like it was just a little bit thicker than what it needed to be. So I was excited to hear that not only did the V2 come out with some exciting new finishes, they thin this out as well. Thumb studs, and you have the top flipper here, front flipper, that's kind of angled back. It's not quite a top flipper, but I do like that lower profile, and the detent tune on here is fantastic for this. You have a stone wash, dark wash style drop point blade on here. Nice thin slicey blade with a swedge. Your blade steel on here is going to be magnet cut, which is really cool. It's nice to see that. Good access to the lock bar. Detent is tuned really well for the thumb stud action. Feels quite crisp for mine, and like I said, works well for that top flipper. Haven't tried the finger roll. Yep, that works. Can I get it on a reach? Yep, I can get it on the reach. No issues with engaging that lock bar. It is not ambidextrous. I think there are lefty variants out there, but you will have to check my link. I have a link down there for traditional pocket knives. I do like working with the folks over there, a small business that I have a good relationship with, and they are just outstanding as far as their customer service. So if you want to pick one of these up, the link helps the channel, and it also lets them know that I've referred you over there when you're doing any type of shopping for this sort of stuff. If I find it linked anywhere else, I'll mention that down below, but I did want to kind of mention, traditional pocket knives is where I spent my money to pick this version up, and this is all the swag that comes with it. They have some stickers, their business card. They included an RE in mine. I think that'll probably come in everybody else's. And he did let me know he was going to send over their little coaster here that they're making now in-house, which is kind of fun, that they have those available to you. I definitely recommend, like I said, checking them out. Action on here, really, really nice. Now, admittedly, when I got it, I checked it and it was nice, but I saw that it had the stamped bearings in there. You guys know how I feel about that. This year, I've already had 8 of those stamped bearings lose one of their ceramic balls that are in there. So I've just been swapping over to skiffs on everything that I've been getting in. If it's Delrin style, I'm not quite as pressed. I may do it depending on the knife, but I have not had but one time a bearing fall out of a Delrin washer. So right now I'm in the process of this one breaking in, but it remains centered. Definitely check out the disassembly video for that. I did have a couple of notes that I wanted to share about the disassembly, but check that video out for it. Really like this. I liked the original version. I just wished it was a little bit thinner, and lo and behold, they did do that. So I was really happy to see that. Good access to the lock bar. It has a sandwich style or pressed stop pin in here, so you don't have to worry about the sharpening choil. Plunge grind on here is really good. It's right around where my fingernails ending. A little hard to get that reflection, but where the fingernails hitting on there is where that's done. For those of you out there that are going to sharpen way too much life out of your knife, there you go. Comfortable ergos. I pretty much let my middle finger kind of rest on the back part of that cutout, and then my index finger kind of rolls up here and lands on this landing spot. No real hot spots. They even chamfered here on the corner of this one, so I'm happy to see that. The jimping on that front flipper is done really well, and the thumb studs have a nice aggressive step to them, so you're not going to slip, but it's not so much bite that it feels like it's going to shred the skin off. Now, I do flip and flick a bunch of pocket knives, so where I hit on those thumb studs might be a little bit different for me than it is for you if you're not quite flipping your knife like I am. Having said that, let's go ahead and do some quick size comparisons on the Sweeney V2. All right, here it is compared to my Spyderco Bodacious and my Benchmade Bug Out, and it is more comparable in size to the Bug Out, even though it's a little bit more thinner in profile, but it does give you that really nice versatile drop point blade shape that I like on a lot of these knives. Let's move these out of the way and do a couple more. All right, here it is against my K2 Yakuza and my Drop Bear Zero from Kaiser, and you can see it is a little bit bigger than the, well, it's a fair amount longer than the Drop Bear Zero, but not quite as long as the Yakuza. Let me get these out of the way. We're going to get the scale and check the weight on this one. All right, we got the scale out and on. The V2 Sweeney coming in at a really nice 3.4 ounces. Fantastic weight for an all titanium frame lock constructed knife. Love to see that weight. Going to be good to make this feel nimble in the hand, and it's going to carry really light too. All right, so I really liked the OG Sweeney, as I've said multiple times here, and one of my wishes was just it being a little bit thinner. I love the radial pattern that they did here. I think they also have a diamond texture, I think, is the other version that's out there. I like the dark wash a lot here. This is going to pair really nicely with my Thunder Beast if I want to do that as a companion carry, and if I want this to be a main carry, it's going to work really well with a couple of my modern traditional slip joints or some of my smaller Wharncliffe utility blade shaped knives. But this is going to be a really good all-arounder. A good pinch grip on this is going to let you choke up to get across the top of your packages. The landing points on here also let you choke up to get underneath that tightly packed taped package. And then of course it's going to be comfortable for pushing through when you're done opening your box to break it down. Good weight, solid construction, really solid construction. Pocket clip works well. We'll see when I get to the jeans weather, because I'm not going to break out the jeans just to test it, but it seems to work well. It looks like it may potentially be a little bit close if you have some thicker seams on your jeans, but I think it should clear. The way that they ramped it and everything like that, as long as it doesn't hang up on that, elongated tip, I think it'll be just fine. Not too much to nitpick on here. I'm pretty happy with this one. I'm going to go 9.4. Let me know what you think about this one down below. And again, if you're going to be doing any shopping, a great way to support the channel is to use the links if you choose to do so. Thank you for that. Another way to help support the channel that's really easy is to like, comment, subscribe, and of course, share the videos. Special shout out and thanks to my channel members out there. Love you guys. That's it for me today. I'm out of here, and I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.